Hey Pisces. I'm going to do a reading for you guys for 2023. And I am kind of explaining some things, before I start, as I'm shuffling and stuff. I may seem a little long-winded, but I feel like it's really important, and I'll try to keep this under half an hour because my phone won't let me record more anyway. I have a feeling that 2023 is going to bring some very big changes collectively. It wouldn't hurt if you guys were to look at some astrologers, some really good astrologers. Get your transits done, whatever, any returns you may be having. Pluto's going to enter Aquarius briefly next year. I think it's going to be March 23rd to June 11th. And it's going to be kind of like a little taste of what's going to happen when it stays there in 2024. Last time this happened, I keep feeling more want to come out. That's so weird. I only pull them if I feel it. Oh, I feel that. Okay, y'all gotta stop. It's like when I talk too much at once. Okay. Here's the thing, okay? The last time this happened, we had the American Revolution. We had the French Revolution. They were sending prisoners to Australia. A lot of people were fighting the powers that be, but also a lot of very big powers were working underhandedly. That dark Plutonian energy that can sneak up on you. Corporations multiplied. I can't remember what website I got a lot of that info from. I read several, but one person had a really, really good explanation on this. So do your research, guys, because if you don't, it's going to come up and slap you before you know it hits you. And if you look out in the world, there's a lot of very reactive people. Anytime I mention anything remotely like this in my tarot readings, I've gotten like a down like here and there. And it's okay. I mean, if you are a reactive person and you're intimidated by these things, you're going to be reaping a lot of shit karma in the upcoming years. I know the majority of the people who watch my readings are not like that. I have amazing subscribers. I have amazing viewers. I haven't even been doing this 2 months, and I am amazed at how many beautiful people I have met through this and how many wonderful subscribers I have. But there are people who are still extremely reactive in the world. They're not doing their spiritual work. They're projecting, they will call people like me like evil, and it's from evil that it comes out of them, like the evil in them. It's like, what is that? The filth is from within, and you're spewing it out onto people. Because, if I'm working by love, through love, for love, house divided can't stand, can it? And so, I want to love on people and help people. The thing is, okay, Saturn enters Pisces, on March 7th. And, a lot of unresolved pain, a lot of spiritual frustration, a lot of things are going to come to the surface for people. And I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of people projecting. And then if you have the Plutonian energy in Aquarius too, they're probably going to want to project it onto the powers that be. Anyone who has more money than them or has more power than them, they are going to project all of their pain onto. If they're not doing their soul work, if they're not being accountable for their actions and how they feel. Now, it is very true. We do probably need, and we will push for big changes in the governments around the world. But those who are doing the soul work know that we don't do it by being ugly or by force, But there's a lot of people that are not spiritually awakening. They're getting more and more and more asleep by the day and more reactive, and they're dangerous, And if they're not doing their karmic work, they could be very volatile. They don't even have a means to actually rebel military-wise against the government. But anyway, I do feel like a lot of us need to brace for people rebelling in non-violent ways, like just quitting jobs, just quitting participating in certain things. And this is not on an individual. We've seen trickling effects of this happening since COVID, but I think it's going to happen on a much bigger scale, you know? And the reason why you guys need to be prepared for it is look how hard it is just to get certain things in the stores now. What is going to happen if all of a sudden all the truckers quit all at once? How are you going to get your food? You know, and this is not like a panic thing. This is not like a, go prep and get into debt, spending money, hoarding. Because I don't feel like that's the answer. The answer is just doing that work inside first. You have to go where spirit guides you. You have to be prepared for the changes and have courage and understand that upheaval and rebellion and revolution is a part of human history. And it will be again. It's not the end of the world. It's just the change of one. You know, even if it was the end of this physical world or planet, it's just really energy never dies. One thing dies, another thing is transformed into something else, right? Anyway, another thing I wanted to tell you guys is if any of these cards sound remotely negative for you guys and you don't like it, I really feel like, and not sponsored, affiliated anyway, because I'm Mrs. Small Potatoes here. Biddy Tarot. If you go to her website, she has such an amazing interpretation of even reversals on cards and what you can do, how you can work with this energy to learn from it, grow from it, do something better with it. So a card that can sound so negative and so harsh can actually be something that can teach you valuable lessons about yourself, about others, and how you can transform your life. And that's another good source I recommend. If you get a certain card you don't like the way it sounds, Okay, I don't think there's anything else I need to say, so I'm going to get on with the reading. Ooh, is that good? Is that bad? Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm pulling one card for work, one for your personal life, like what's affecting you personally, or maybe just the inner workings that you have going on, and then one for love for each 3 months. So it's going to be 12 cards. And for work, I have the 9 of Cups, which can be a good thing. It can also be maybe the first 3 months you just feel a little bit secure financially or in the workplace. It's not even probably, might not even be the main focus unless you're thoroughly enjoying it. But it definitely doesn't look like you're going to be struggling in this time. You might actually be enjoying it. Now, some of you that don't feel like you're enjoying it might be because somebody else is enjoying it at work and enjoying all of the prosperity, and maybe you don't feel like you're getting it. But I do think some of you, work shouldn't be an issue. And then in your personal life, I have the High Priestess reversed. Some of you guys might be putting off a little bit of that spiritual work you need to be doing or not listening to your intuition. Another thing could be maybe you are reaping the effects of some gossip or malicious lies that have been happening around you, and it's just kind of hit you hard and it's just been hurting you a little bit, and it's something you're having to work through. In your love life, I have the 5 of Swords, which definitely isn't considered a positive thing. It's either you or someone else probably wanting to win at all costs, and someone getting hurt and someone walking away. You may be fighting with someone and not prepared to tolerate their bullshit anymore, Now, the second 3 months, we have the 7 of Cups in your work or finances. So having this and then going down to this, you may feel really kind of confident in where you're at and where you're heading, but then you may get to the point where all of a sudden there's so many options. You may have so many job opportunities or projects or goals that you just kind of get a little bit dizzy. Or you may feel like whatever your employer is offering you, whatever your clients are offering you, you may not quite like it. You might, but it may just be a lot and it's hard for you to decide. A lot of indecision the second 3 months when it comes to work and finances. You may be very busy. And then in your personal life, we have the Ace of Wands reversed. And again, having a reversal in your personal, I feel like there's probably something new that you refuse. something, an offer that you say no to. You know, you might be really walled off and blocking a lot of stuff from entering you at that time. And in love, we have the Two of Swords reversed. So it's probably like you found out something, the blinders have fallen off, and you know the truth about something, and you're no longer in the dark. You know, having this, you know, in the 3 months before in your personal life, and then having this for your personal life and this for love in the second 3 months, you may actually have found out something that kind of sets the tone for how you feel. And then in the third 3 months, we have the Two of Cups at work. So you may actually find love in the workplace, or you may actually be working with someone that's very cohesive and you really enjoy your work partner, or you are dealing with joint finances. And then for your personal life, we have the Ten of Swords. I'm assuming that you are going to feel like someone really knocked you down. You know, you may have a beautiful, beautiful work life, financial life going on, but something isn't right. Something has hurt you inside. It can be from the past. It can be the first 6 months of the year. It looks like your work life is looking great overall, but your personal life and your love life have been hurting your heart and affecting you. You might have found out about lies, about cheating, about gossip about you behind your back. And I feel like it's setting in, you know? So it'll get to the point where like you thought you were handling it okay, and it starts to eat away at you, and you're having to consciously choose to pick yourself up and deal with this mess in your mind and your heart. And then we have the Knight of Cups reversed for your love. And so that means there's probably a love offer that doesn't ever come, or you don't offer it back, or you refuse one. And then we have the Hierophant reversed for work at the end of the year. Having beautiful work and finances all year long and then getting this at the end does not look that great. That actually can be, possibly for some of you guys, a divorce that affects your work life. You know, it can be your employer getting a divorce affecting your work life. You know, it can be getting fired. You know, it can be getting laid off. It can be you choosing not to work in an institution anymore and deciding to go rogue and perhaps become self-employed. And then we have in your personal life, we have the Two of Pentacles reversed for your last 3 months. And so that is probably you deciding not to weigh out in indecisiveness anymore. You know, you have two heavy burdens that you're looking at, and you feel a bit unstable, and you decide to drop one so that you can actually look at the other one. And that is probably how you feel inside. And then for your love, you have the Ace of Cups reversed. So this just reiterates what you're seeing all year, which again, you're probably going to refuse something. You're probably going to let go of something. And you're probably not going to say, you may have somebody all year long trying and begging you for a chance, but you know that they hurt you. You know that they were saying things about you behind your back. You know that they, you found out stuff eventually. And I feel like it looks to me like your work life is beautiful. Okay, you have a lot of cups in your work and finances. So even though it's looking great, you gotta think it really could be joint finances. You really could be getting a divorce. You may have been staying with someone only because of financial issues. And you might have plenty of money at the beginning of the year. And then you start thinking, shit, I'm not gonna have this forever. What should I do? Where are my options? And then you have to start over somewhere else. And then, you have to start from scratch, pick up the pieces, or maybe you're kind of cooperating with your soon-to-be ex and you're trying to come on the same page, decide who gets what. And then the divorce finalizes and it might put you in a brand new place. Now, seeing the love life the way it is, I feel like the other person is consistently begging you to not end it, to not want a divorce, to not want to end the relationship, because they're like feeling like, hey, we're better together, whatever. And I feel like you're not falling for it. You're not going for it. It's just, you're done. Now, let's pull a druid animal oracle card for you guys so we can kind of see what animal energy, what animal spirit would be good for you guys to work with, so that you know what kind of energy would be beneficial for you in 2023. Come on, you're being stubborn. It wanted to spit one out in the very beginning, and I shuffle between each reading, and then I shuffle again during them. And I'm trying to make sure, because Cancer and Scorpio had so many of the same cards that freaked me out. Okay. Got the bear. I love that. I love it. I do. Okay. You know how I was saying it looks like you guys might not be using your intuition and stuff in the beginning and everything? The bear energy can help you with that. It certainly can. I know I've explained this before when I get the bear, you know, you have to learn how to balance and marry your intuition with your instinct. I see a lot of instinctual reactions in this reading, which is not normally how Pisces is. Pisces is usually very intuition-like, right? But I think you guys may have had to turn down your emotional intuitive side. I don't know, I'm still seeing all those cups at work. You may end up finding love in the workplace and still be trying to go through a divorce and still be trying to deal with some other person that keeps coming on. You know what I'm saying? But if it is love in the workplace, it's definitely not, like, it's weird because you have like cups positive in the work until all of a sudden you have like reverse cups at the end of the year for the next two. So you might actually be having an affair in the workplace or falling in love with someone at the workplace, and this other person kept bothering you, but then at the end of the year you might actually realize that you're not on the same page with that person at work, and that's why you end up quitting or they end up quitting. So many weird different scenarios that I'm picking up on. I know this is a general read, so there's a lot of people. But long story short, I feel like because you have to kind of like disconnect from your emotions with someone who's really been bothering you, you might be using your instinct. And the bear helps you get into your intuition and your instincts together equally. Because your instincts protects you at the expense of others. And your intuition often protects the higher good at your own expense. You know, your intuition can protect you, but it's just, we often want to see the best in people when we use our intuition, whereas instincts are very, very protective, you know? And so it's a very primal, deep energy. The bear also reminds you that you have spiritual people on your side to have your back, you know, ancestors, your guardian angels and things that are watching out for you, and they're guiding you and protecting you. I love that card. It's got such a powerful protective quality about it. Because it looks like you're going to have a pretty intense year emotionally. I don't know, maybe not emotionally, sort of. Yeah, I mean, you do have a lot of cups, but I feel like you're having to actually find your power in standing up to people that might be trying to, you know, control your decisions or tell you what's best for you, and you learning how to, like, you know, find what is true for you. Okay, I do want to pull one Akashic card for you guys and see what kind of energy you need to be focusing on for this year, or what's coming your way for 2023. Okay, I have the 5 of Keys, which is good, especially when I got that Ace of Cups reversed. But again, if you were to go to that Biddy Tarot website, I bet you she'll have an explanation of what you need to do to heal and the reason why you've got that. And she can explain it in ways that I try to constantly remind myself, if I start reading my own myself and it gets too negative, I'm like, you know what? I need to look at it from a different perspective. And she always helps me with that. Okay. Oh, hold on. That's on the reverse side. Let me get this. This is so nice. Okay. The scene is a bright and full storeroom, a larder for a sizable and successful estate. Inside are keys and coins, wines and spices. Also within the room are a number of baskets filled with a bounty of fruits, vegetables, bread, flour, sugars, and grains. Even the many windows look out at the expanse of your world. This card is a sign that the time has come for your wishes to be fulfilled and your dreams to be realized. Difficulties may have challenged you for a time, but even in these, victory is assured. There is an abundance of sweet nourishment and acquired lands coming. The keys to the castle are yours. Celebrate. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So again, it's so crazy because, I know when I looked at some of the things I'm going to be going through that upcoming year astrology wise, and I did my own 2023 reading, it was so intense and it looked kind of scary. But I remind myself that whenever I actually remember my deja vu dreams. Like, some people have deja vu and they don't know why. And sometimes I get it and don't know why, but many times I remember I had dreamt it before. And I may not be wearing the same shirt, and I'll remember that unique difference or something. But I always had the common thing when I dreamt it seemed overwhelming because there were so many scents and sounds and things like, okay, say you dream of the future. We think it's like a movie screen playing, but it's not. If you dream of the future, it's like a snippet in time. And there's so many things taking place in that snippet in time, like the things that you're thinking about, the way your tummy's growling, the sounds that are taking place, the coffee that's brewing, and that someone's coming over soon. And there's so many things going on that when you only take that one snippet, it can be overwhelming. In the dream, I'll wake up going, that just seems too hard. It feels too hard. It feels too hard. And then when I actually have it happen and I go, oh yeah, I dreamt this. I'm like, this is so easy. It is way easier than I thought it was going to be. Wow. And I realize it's because, we're trying to take one piece of the puzzle and we don't have the surrounding pieces. So we're trying to figure out what we can't figure out, right? But when you're there, it's so much easier. And it's so weird because after I did my own readings and I looked at the astrology for next year, I was kind of like, this is intimidating, And then I went to sleep peaceful. I woke up early in the morning to my rooster crowing and I felt so much peace. I felt so good all day. So much peace. So happy. I hadn't felt this good in a while. And I was like, wow, this is what it's like to just accept what is and embrace these peaceful, quiet days and know there is going to be turbulence ahead and that's okay. And it was such a strange feeling. And I just love seeing this because even though you're going to be facing a lot of turbulence, like we all will, you're going to come out just fine, Those of you who do like and subscribe, thank y'all so much. I appreciate every single one of you. And of course, comment if you want. I love comments. And then I finally put some personal readings, or I should say general readings, in my Etsy shop. I finally did it. So I put in a couple of different weird ones, but they're very unique. And then I put in some printable spreads for people that want to do their own readings. But I threw in a few personal ones. So there you go. I love you guys. I bless you. And I hope you have an amazing, amazing 2023.